Stop worrying about war disrupting global trade. Seriously, if you thought the Strait of Hormuz blockade would crush China's exports, you just underestimated the power of the AI boom. Here is the counterintuitive truth that economists are scrambling to understand. China's exports surged 14.1% in April, nearly double what experts expected. Imports skyrocketed 25.3%. Trade surplus hit $84.8 billion. The reason? An AI wave. Chinese firms are purchasing high-end chips and data center equipment at an unprecedented pace. Factory activity is expanding for the first time in 2 years. Export-oriented firms are at their highest level since December 2020. All of this despite the Hormuz blockade, despite Iran war disruptions, despite US-China trade tensions. Let me break down what's actually happening, and stay until the end for the 3 secrets that will change how you view every China trade headline from now on. I'll admit something. When I saw the Strait of Hormuz blockade news, I assumed China's exports would crater. Energy costs up, shipping routes disrupted, tensions escalating. I was wrong. The AI boom is so powerful that it's overriding traditional trade risks. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening with China's trade. We're going to look at the 14.1% export surge, the 25.3% import spike, the AI chip buying frenzy, the factory activity expansion, but also the Hormuz blockade risks, the US-China trade deficit, the Trump-Xi summit tensions. By the end, you will understand why the AI wave is reshaping global trade in real time. Stay with me. Let's start with the actual numbers from China's General Administration of Customs. April 2026, exports, up 14.1% year over year. The expectation. Economists had forecast 8.4% growth. China nearly doubled that forecast. Imports, up 25.3% year over year. That's even more stunning than the export number. Trade surplus, $84.8 billion. The context. This is happening while the Strait of Hormuz is effectively blockaded due to the Iran war. Energy costs are rising. Shipping routes are disrupted. Yet China's trade is booming. The counterintuitive truth? Traditional trade barriers, war, blockades, energy prices, are being overwhelmed by the AI wave. Chinese firms are buying everything they can get their hands on to build AI infrastructure. Now let me explain why China's imports surged 25.3%. The reason? AI infrastructure. Chinese firms are on a buying spree for high-end AI chips, data center equipment, server components, and networking hardware. The AI wave term, this isn't my phrase, it's coming directly from trade data analysts. Chinese companies are stockpiling AI hardware to build out domestic AI capabilities. The factory activity signal. The new export orders subindex expanded for the first time in 2 years. Export-oriented firms hit their highest level since December 2020. The counterintuitive truth? The US-China tech war was supposed to slow down China's AI ambitions. Instead, it has accelerated China's urgency to buy and build. Every restriction creates a rush to stockpile before the next restriction. Now let me talk about the risks that could derail this boom. The Strait of Hormuz is blocked. Due to the Iran war and the US Navy blockade, one of the world's most critical shipping channels is effectively closed. Why does this matter for China? Well, China is the world's largest oil importer, and a significant portion of that oil flows through Hormuz. The impact so far is pretty clear: energy costs are rising. But even with that, the export boom has continued. The risk going forward is that if the conflict continues, energy costs will start to pressure margins. Higher costs could slow down domestic spending. And here's the counterintuitive truth: the AI wave has actually been strong enough to overcome energy headwinds so far. But if the blockade continues for months, even AI demand has its limits. Chinese firms can stockpile chips, sure, but they cannot stockpile energy indefinitely. Now let me talk about the political dimension. The US-China trade deficit grew for the third consecutive month in March. Why does this matter? Because President Trump has made reducing the trade deficit a priority. The timing is important. The Trump-Xi summit is approaching. Trade deficit data will be central to negotiations. China's position is clear. China's surplus with the US is growing, not shrinking. This gives Trump leverage to demand concessions. The counterintuitive truth? China's export strength could actually backfire politically. A larger trade surplus gives the US more reason to impose tariffs or restrictions. The AI boom that's helping China's economy could even trigger a trade war escalation. Let me leave you with the 3 secrets that connect everything we just discussed. Secret number 1, the AI wave multiplier. AI is not just a technology story, it's a trade story. Chinese firms importing chips and data center equipment drove 25% import growth. That equipment will build AI capacity, and that capacity will drive future exports. The AI wave is self-reinforcing, and it's ignoring traditional trade barriers. Secret number 2, the war versus demand reality. War disrupts supply, but it does not eliminate demand. The Hormuz blockade raises energy costs, but Chinese firms still need chips. Demand for AI infrastructure is so strong that it's overriding geopolitical risks, for now. The question is, how long can this last? Secret number 3, the trade deficit trap. China's export success is also China's political vulnerability. A growing US-China trade deficit gives Trump leverage. The AI boom that's helping China's economy could trigger a trade war response. Success creates risk, that's the trap. So what should you actually do with this information? If you are an investor in China-related stocks, the AI wave is real. Imports of chips and data center equipment are surging. But watch 2 risks: the duration of the Hormuz blockade and the outcomes of the Trump-Xi summit. Chinese stocks could benefit from the AI boom, but political risks are elevated. If you are in the global supply chain business, China's export strength means production is shifting to China, not away. Despite all the de-risking talk, China's manufacturing engine is accelerating. Plan your supply chain accordingly. If you follow US-China policy, the trade deficit numbers will be ammunition for Trump. Expect tough negotiations at the summit. The AI wave could become a bargaining chip. Restrictions on chip exports to China could tighten. The counterintuitive truth? The same AI boom that's helping China's economy could trigger a US response that hurts China's tech sector. Winners and losers will be determined by policy, not just economics. Watch the summit closely. Here is my question for you. Do you think China's AI-driven export boom can survive a prolonged Hormuz blockade and potential new US tariffs? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Like and subscribe if you want more myth-busting analysis on global trade and the AI revolution. I'll see you in the next video.